Alright, hello everyone, Simon here, Minecraft, and it's time for a save file release. So the town is finished. Let's see, I think, yeah, okay, so in between the last video and this one, I tidied up the roads a little bit, and I put in a bunch of street lights. There are a lot of street lights. There's like twice as many street lights as I would like, but that's how close the lights have to be in order to keep the zombies off the ground here. So that's kind of unfortunate that Minecraft and the lighting is so difficult, or rather, you need so many lights in Minecraft to keep the hostile mobs from spawning. But anyway, there's that. There's the streets. There's the street lights. Yeah, that's pretty much finished. I haven't changed anything else, I don't think. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it. So building the town was interesting and useful. Let me just walk through it once. So there's the houses on the outside, and then there's the church and the park and the town hall on the inside, right? You should have seen all this if you watched the previous, like, I don't know, 20, 30 videos or something. The villagers are breeding, which is good. See those babies? So we have baby villagers and a chicken. So that's good. So it took a while, but eventually they started breeding, and once one baby appears, then everything else is exponential from there on, right? Because if you have every additional villager means there's more opportunities for them to breed more. Anyway, so the villagers are breeding, everything is working out fine. Everything is good here. So as I kept saying, as I was designing this stuff, the point of this town is that I want to make a game, or it's more like interactive fiction than an actual game. But I want to make a game, and this is going to be the setting for that game, or for the story that I want to tell. And it's been quite useful to do this. Although I guess I could have done it faster, just drawing it instead of having to build it in Minecraft. But it has been fairly useful. Unfortunately, this is not going to be the final design because there are a few problems. Let me just come up to my boundary wall here, and I'll show you what I mean. So if we go all the way up to the top of this boundary wall and look down at it, that's going to be because I'm thinking of making this in RPG Maker, and I'm planning to make this isometric, right? So we're going to look at it from the southwest, like this, and then we're going to zoom in a little bit. 35, I think, works quite well. If you do 30, you don't really see the whole town, so let me just go stick it to 35. That's the wrong button. And then let me take off the UI. So there's the town there. So that looks. I mean that's pretty much exactly what I had planned. But the problem is, you see the church there in the middle, that one there. You can see how it blocks the buildings behind, right? And you see how. So at the very least, either the church is too tall or the streets are too narrow, because you can't have an isometric game like this because you can't see the doors to the houses behind the church. So the doctor's house and the shopkeeper's house, you just can't see the doors at all. So that's not going to work. The park is also a little bit too cramped. If we don't have the trees, the park is okay. But with the trees, the park is way too cramped. So that's also a problem. The diner doesn't look anything like a diner, because Minecraft is too blocky, and I don't know if I can fix that even if it's not that blocky, because it might be too small, I'm not sure. So I think what I need to do for the next version of this town, so this is like the second version. The first version I just drew a very simple plan on a piece of paper, and then from that plan I built a town in Minecraft. So the third version, I think I'm going to go into RPG Maker next and actually kind of sketch that out in RPG Maker. I think the roads all need to be at least twice as wide, because it's just too narrow. I didn't want to make the roads too wide because I want to keep the town compact. I don't want to have too much walking, because if you have, the bigger the roads, the bigger the buildings, the more time it takes to walk from like one side of the town to the other, right? So I don't want to have the town so that it's just big and empty, because then you spend a lot of time walking around and not as much time doing the actual things that are interesting. But having said that, it's clear that what we have right now is way too small. Like, that road back there leading to the back houses, you can't even see that one almost. So it's just, everything's just kind of too close together. So we need to, I think, make the roads at least twice as wide. And also, I think we need to add another module. So you see how there's like a module for a building and then the road and then 2 modules for the park. You can see how there's 2. There's the church and the town hall. There's 2 modules and then a road and then a module. I think I need to add an extra module. Let me just turn this back on so I can point. I think I need to add an extra module back here. So it's going to be like, so instead of like, this is 10 blocks, 5 blocks, 10, 10, 5, and 10. I might have to make it 10 for the road, and then 30 for the park, and then 10 for the road, and then 10 more for the other houses. Because I need more space between the church and the other buildings there, because I mean, I like the church at that size because the church is supposed to be like that size. But at that size, we're blocking the stuff behind, so I think I need more space there, and then the road, and then the other houses, in order to be able to see the houses behind the church. So that's one issue, and if we do that, that means the park is going to be another 10 blocks that way, which would mean that we have more space to have a park and also have the trees. So then if we imagine we have kind of trees in the corner, and then there'll be like a cross, like the path will cross in the middle, and then a fountain in the middle, and then there'll still be space for some flowers between the trees and the path. You see that? So if we make this 10 blocks wider that way, that will make the park the right size for me, that's also good. And then it will also leave us more space back here for 2 roads to go into the to the beach behind, because there's supposed to be a beach behind the town there. So if we make this 30 blocks wide, it means we can fit the 3 houses, 10 blocks for each house, or like 10 units in Minecraft. I'll probably change the units in RPG Maker, but it'll make it so that there's kind of 30 blocks for the houses, and then there'll be space for roads, and then there'll be another 10 blocks on each side for the houses. So then it just means that we can fit these things in better if we make the middle bit wider by 1 module, which is 10 blocks. So that is the plan for the future, and that is basically what I gained. Or like the most important thing now for me is that's what I gained from doing this, is that I can see the spaces don't really work out with what we have here. We need to kind of expand the roads, and we need to make the middle, like the park, wider. So it's been quite fruitful for me. And also, designing the individual houses and the individual buildings, just seeing the style of those buildings is also useful. Obviously, when I actually make this thing, or when I draw the art at some point, I'm going to draw it differently. And we're going to have more options, because we're limited by the materials in Minecraft as to what we can put in Minecraft. And so when I actually build the thing, it'll be easier. When I actually draw the thing in the game, it'll be easier. But that's been useful too, just to get some of these design ideas out. For example, like the clinic, I had the idea that it would be like a glass box, and how that looked, I didn't really know. But now that I have built it in Minecraft, I can have some idea that okay, it's going to be a glass box like this. Maybe I'll make the sandstone at the front door a bit thinner, or maybe I can kind of extend the glass box a little closer, because I can't do that here in Minecraft. But maybe when I actually design this thing in the game, I can do that. So there's stuff like that which we can, which having this helps clarify some of my ideas. Like this, the school and the town hall. I think that might be too similar. These two, I might have to rethink the school and the town hall, so that they're not quite the same like this. And and then this abandoned house, working out where to put the doors. I originally had planned to have the shed back here, remember? But then the side door didn't really work, and so I kind of replaced it and placed the shed out here instead. And so it's stuff like this that, like, building this gives me the opportunity to think about these things. Not that I couldn't do it if I just drew it on a piece of paper, but it's just, you have to go through several iterations of a design to kind of work these problems out anyway. So so in the middle of it, I made a town in Minecraft for my world, and now you can download it and play with it if you want to. Alright, so I think that's pretty much all I want to say. So yeah, we designed the town, and we just did a review of the design. Just for myself, just to say, what's important and what's not important, what we learned from it, and what we gained from doing the exercise. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling here, save the game, upload it, and you guys can download it if you like. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna stop uploading Minecraft for a little bit now because this was the project. So, Minecraft is kind of intermittent for me. So every now and then I decide to build something, and then there's a whole bunch of videos, and then after that I stop, and then it stops. So yeah, so this is gonna be the last Minecraft video for a little while, at least.